Hello friends, I'm Tim WIldsmith, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the CSB Quentel from Schuyler Bibles. Okay, over the past few years, the Quentel from Schuyler Bibles has become one of the best-selling, most popular premium Bibles that's available. They make it in the NASB translation, the ESV, the NIV, and the New King James Version. And the latest addition to their Quentel line is the CSB. Now, the CSB, the Christian Standard Bible, is an update of the HCSB, the Holman Christian Standard Bible. It's published by Holman, which is the same company as Lifeway. That's a family of brands there. And they launched the CSB in 2017. And it just takes time for some of the premium Bible publishers to get around to publishing new translations. So this is the first of the big three, Schuyler, Cambridge, and Allen, to publish a new edition in the CSB. So Schuyler started with their flagship Quentel series. This Bible is fantastic, and it's just, as far as like the most premium Bibles go, this is the most premium version of the CSB that's available today. They make a couple. Holman makes a couple from the publisher. They're calling them now, they're going to kind of rebrand and call them the Handcrafted Collection, but I've reviewed the CSB Verse by Verse Bible, the wide margin that was in goatskin that came out in 2020, fantastic Bible. I've also reviewed the CSB Holy Land Illustrated Bible. They did a premium edition, and that actually, now that I think about it, I gave both of those Bibles to my mom. My mom has the CSB Verse by Verse as well as the premium edition of the Holy Land Illustrated Bible. And hi, Mom, by the way. If you've been around my channel a while, you will notice that if you scroll down to the comments, you'll see that my mom watches every single one of my videos, and she leaves a comment on every single one of them, and I always reply back to her. So I appreciate her support, and it's actually kind of fitting because my mom is a big reason why I love the Bible. Definitely being a pastor and going to seminary has grown my love of it. But I remember, I'm in the front room of my house right here, and I remember coming down the stairs at the house that we lived in as a kid and seeing my mom in a room like this in the houses that I grew up in, either on her knees praying or reading and studying God's Word. And so I think it's really cool that she's a fan of this channel and watches these videos, and that I've been able to help her find Bibles that she really loves and enjoys reading. It's just kind of full circle. So anyway, I love you, Mom. I totally got sidetracked, but I'm going to keep this in the video because that was awesome. Anyway, the CSB Quentel, most premium version of the CSB that's out there, and I'm continue to be amazed when I get a Bible from Schuyler how much I love them. I'm a fan of black Bibles, but usually I like when they have blue ribbons, but this one with red and the red liner, I mean, this Bible looks and feels fantastic, and it's next level. It's next level. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about it, and I'm going to show it to you. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for me, and this is the CSB Quentel from Schuyler Bibles. Okay, quick look at the box. Schuyler has been using these clamshell boxes lately, really sharp, very clean. It says Schuyler Bibles on one end, Quentel CSB, black goatskin, and there's the Bible. When I opened this out of the box, I was just so impressed by the floppiness, the texture, the feel of the goatskin. It just looks very nice. And if you've never had a Schuyler Bible before, I think they're one of the most consistent publishers out there. They just make beautiful Bibles from one to the next. And these goatskin, they do a calfskin edition as well, are just gorgeous. So really beautiful on the outside. That's their Jerusalem cross logo on the cover of the Bible. You've got a perimeter stitch around the outside, raised spine hubs, Holy Bible, Christian Standard Bible, and then the Schuyler logo down there at the bottom. Really great. It's got full leather liners in there. They're really sharp. This has red on the inside with red ribbons and red under gold art gildings. There's the red. When you open it up, you can see that, and then it's gold. Looks really sharp. Goatskin cover. I mean, just really, really great. It's edge lined. It's got a sewn binding. It's got a gild line around the inside. So just everything from the outside, top-notch, high quality, looks great, feels great. There's no complaints about this from me. Just really, really beautiful, stunning Bible. they've done a great job. As far as size goes, you're 6 1/8 inches wide by 9 1/8 inches tall. So it's pretty standard, kind of big size Bible. And then this one is right at 1 1/2 inches thick when you include the cover. So it's really great size, feels great in hand. It's big. It's one, yeah, you can take this to church with you. It's going to feel a little bit big to carry on the go, but it'll work. And it's also just great to sit on the couch in the mornings and do your devotionals or read at your desk for sure. So opening it up, get in here, got a couple blank sheets of paper, presentation page. I bought this from someone who wrote their name on there, so I just put a little piece of paper on there to cover it. Family records in here. These look great. The Holy Bible, Christian Standard Bible. So then you see down here that they say this is the Quentel series published by Schuyler Bible. So as I mentioned before, they make the Quentel in 5 different translations. CSB is the newest one. So its copyright holder is Holman Bible Publishers. All the information there on the copyright page. So they make it in the CSB, the ESV, the NASB, the NIV, and the NKJV. And one of the things I love the most about Quentels is that they are consistent. So all of them have the same font size in the different translations, pretty much the same layout. Some of them across the years they've used 36 GSM paper versus 28 GSM paper, but some of them have red letter text, but most of them are going to be very consistent. You see here you get an introduction about the Christian Standard Bible, all the different specs and things that they use here. And then you get into the text. So this is wanting to lay pretty flat, open it up. I'll just open it up here so you can see it. So you're getting a 2-column format. Cross-references and textual notes are here at the bottom of the page beneath a thin red line. Again, that's the way the Quentel is going to do everything. The font size here is an 11-point Milo font. Looks really fantastic. It's possible to even say this. Is it possibly too big? When you're thinking about Goldilocks, is too big, too small, that sort of thing. It's so big that I know a lot of people who have mentioned online, man, it's almost too big, but I don't think that's a problem. It looks really fantastic. It's easy to read. It's 11-point font that reads big, line match, which means the text on this side of the page is lined up with the text on that side of the page, so you're not seeing a lot of show through or ghosting. And it's 28 GSM paper, a really, really high quality 28 GSM paper. So you see even in these blank spaces on this page, you're not really noticing anything on the other side of the page, but just from here, looks really great. You see the red gilding on the pages, just looks really, really sharp. You get red accents throughout, so page numbers, page headings, chapter numbers, and then even down here in the cross references and the textual notes. So it's really easy to kind of place yourself in the text to find your way. The verse numbers are bold. They're in black letter, but they're bold and they're kind of offset up above. So it looks really, really sharp. I would love to know what you think about this, just as far as the general look and the feel of the page. It's just a very classic, but it has a modern feel to it as well. It kind of splits the difference between kind of a more traditional and a more modern look. But I've always liked the Quentel layout. Again, if you get a personal size Quentel, now they only make the CSB right now in a full size Quentel, but if you get a personal size Quentel, it's just the mini-me version of this. All the page numbers, the layout is exactly the same, it's just smaller. Same thing with the wide margin Quentels. They're a bigger Bible with a smaller font, but they have more room around the edges. They have that currently in the NASB, and the ESV is coming out. So really cool family of Bibles that Schuyler's developed here. Definitely their flagship product. You see in the poetic settings, you get a verse-by-verse format. Everywhere else, it's a paragraph format. These look really nice. I think this is done really well. Even in these books of prophecy where it's more poetic settings for the verses that read that way, but then you get the paragraph everywhere else. Jumping over to the New Testament, this is a black letter text. So it stays consistent all the way throughout. What you get from the beginning is straight through to the end, the exact same. Looks really great. I find this Bible really easy to read from. So you notice some of the CSB stuff, like the quotes here are in bold. That's part of the CSB translation, how they do things. So they transfer that over in how they typeset this Bible. So direct quote coming in bold. I believe that's just direct quotes from the Old Testament. That's how they do that. That's helpful when you know that the New Testament is quoting the Old Testament. For something like that, you're like, oh, that's a direct quote from something. Maybe seeing that drives you down to the cross-references to see what they're quoting. Then you go back to the Old Testament. You can kind of see the parallels and the connections and see how much of this theology of the New Testament and the writers of the New Testament were leaning into the language of the Old Testament and what they knew from from growing up in the Jewish faith. So that's really cool. Getting to the end of the Bible, at the end of Revelation, we get a table of weights and measures, and then Then Schuyler gives you the concordance to the CSB. It's a 3-column concordance. They use that red all throughout to kind of help you find your place, as well as some bolded black letters to help you get in there. Really easy to use. It's pretty small, but it's funny to go from the really big 11-point font of the text and then to the smaller font back here, but it looks really sharp. It's easy to use when you get it in there. If you have eyesight issues, you might want to grab your readers when you come back to the concordance. At the end of the concordance, you get a couple blank sheets of paper, and then you get Schuyler's own Bible maps. These are beautiful. They had these custom designed. They're on really lovely, it's slightly thicker than the Bible paper, but it's still like a nice textured paper. It's not glossy. These look so sharp. You get things like this, Israel's United and Divided Kingdoms, this chart right here. Love these maps. You get an index to the maps, so you kind of see where the different places are and things like that. A few sheets of blank paper back here and cardstock. If you wanted to take some notes, you could use those. And then you get to the end of the Bible. Overall, as I said, the most premium version of a CSB Bible out there. From the outside in, everything is the finest materials, quality, craftsmanship. This is a gorgeous Bible. If you are a CSB fan, I would love to know what you think about this, because it really, really shines for this translation, and Schuyler just hit a home run with these for sure. So there you have it. That's a closer look at the CSB Quentel from Schuyler Bibles. I would love to know what you think about this, so leave me a comment. Let me know. Mom, I expect you to leave me a comment as well. If you're looking for a CSB Bible that's like premium quality, that's this 2-column reference Bible like this, you can't really go wrong with the Quentel. It's a fantastic Bible. It's top-notch quality. If you've never had a Schuyler Bible before, they make them in a lot of different translations, a lot of different typesettings and layouts, so definitely check them out. I'll put some links in the description of this video, as well as at BibleReviewBlog.com. You can find a full write-up of the CSB Quentel, a bunch of great photos. I kind of took a bunch of photos of this one because it just looks so great in photos, so I put a bunch on the website this time. Definitely check out Bible Review Blog on Instagram and Facebook. We've got a great community there. And before you go, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for me. That helps me reach more people with Bible Review Blog, so feel free to share the video as well. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.